Jason Turner, a cafe owner, wakes in the ICU and overhears a shocking plot against him. Pretending to be in a coma, he secretly plans his next move with the help of a kind nurse. Tension builds as he gathers evidence and prepares for a dramatic confrontation. Welcome to Narrative Nest, where heartwarming tales, thrilling revenge stories, and gripping betrayals await. Jason Turner, a thriving cafe owner in New York City, woke up in the ICU. The room was dim, the beeping of machines surrounded him, and his body felt heavy and weak. His mind was clouded with confusion as he tried to gather his thoughts. Then, he overheard a voice that made his heart skip a beat. "Yes, darling, it's all set. The will is in my favor," his wife Karen was saying on the phone. "Once he's gone, the cafe and all his money will be ours." Jason's heart raced as he listened to Karen's conversation. He pretended to be unconscious, barely cracking his eyes open to see her standing by his bedside, her tone cold and calculating. The realization hit him hard. Karen was planning to claim his fortune and take over the cafe. Worse, she was in league with a lover. As Karen ended the call, Jason's mind raced back to the events leading up to his hospitalization. He had suspected Karen of infidelity for a while. Her late-night outings, secretive phone calls, and sudden disinterest in their marriage were all red flags. But it wasn't until that fateful night that his suspicions were confirmed. Jason had followed Karen to a high-end hotel, hoping to catch her in the act. His heart had sunk as he saw her meet a man in the lobby, laughing and holding hands. In his shock, Jason had driven aimlessly through the city until he ended up in a car accident that nearly took his life. Determined to uncover the truth and reclaim his life, Jason decided to play along, pretending to be in a coma. He needed to gather strength and plan his next move carefully. As the days passed, he observed Karen's behavior, her conversations, and her cold disregard for his well-being. One day, a compassionate nurse named Anna came to check on him. Unlike Karen, Anna's touch was gentle, and her eyes were filled with concern. Jason felt a flicker of hope. He needed someone he could trust, and Anna seemed like that person. "Anna," he whispered one evening when she was alone in the room. She turned to him, startled. "Please don't tell anyone I'm awake. I need your help." Anna's eyes widened in surprise, but she quickly nodded. "What do you need, Jason?" "I need to get out of here," he said, his voice weak but determined. "Karen is planning something terrible. I have to stop her." Anna looked at him, her face filled with worry. "You're not strong enough yet, but I'll help you. We'll do this carefully." Over the next few days, Anna and Jason planned his escape. She brought him clothes, helped him practice walking, and found a private driver who could take them to Jason's home without raising suspicion. One night, when the hospital was quiet, Anna wheeled Jason out of his room. They moved cautiously, avoiding staff and security. Once outside, Jason took a deep breath of the cool night air. It was the first time he felt alive in weeks. The drive to his home was tense, Jason's mind a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions. When they finally arrived, Jason's heart pounded as he approached his front door. He fumbled with his keys, but they didn't fit. Karen had changed the locks. Undeterred, Jason rang the doorbell. Footsteps approached, and the door opened to reveal a man in Jason's robe. Jason's blood boiled. It was Karen's lover. "Who are you?" the man sneered. "You're not supposed to be here." Before Jason could respond, Karen appeared behind the man, her face paling when she saw Jason standing there. "Jason, but you're supposed to be dead," Jason finished for her. "Not quite, Karen. You've got some explaining to do." Karen stammered, trying to cover her tracks. "I thought you were gone, Jason." "It's not what it looks like." Jason's eyes narrowed. "Save it. You and your lover have 5 minutes to pack your things and get out of my house." The man stepped forward, trying to assert himself. "Listen, you need to leave." Jason's gaze was steely. "I'm not going anywhere. This is my home. Get out." With no other choice, Karen and her lover hurriedly gathered their belongings and left. As they walked out, Jason felt a mix of anger and relief. The betrayal cut deep, but he was ready to take back control of his life. Inside, Jason sat down, his body trembling from the exertion. Anna sat beside him, her hand on his shoulder. "You did it, Jason." "They're gone." Jason nodded, his eyes filled with determination. "This is just the beginning. I need to rebuild everything they tried to take from me, and I'll need your help." Anna smiled. You have it, every step of the way. With Anna's support, Jason felt a newfound strength. He knew the road ahead would be tough, but he was ready. It was time to reclaim his life, his cafe, and his future. Jason awoke the next morning feeling a mix of exhaustion and resolve. He knew that reclaiming his life and cafe would not be easy, but with Anna by his side, he felt hopeful. The first step was to gather the people he trusted the most: Ben, the janitor, and Lisa, the dishwasher, who had warned him about the accident. Anna and Jason made their way to the cafe. Jason moved slowly, leaning on a cane for support, but his eyes were filled with determination. When they arrived, the staff looked shocked to see their boss, who they thought was still in a coma. Whispers filled the air as Jason and Anna made their way to his office. Ben, the janitor, was the first to approach them. "Mr. Turner, is it really you?" we thought. "It's me," Ben, Jason said, offering a weak smile. "I have a lot to explain, but first I need your help. Can you gather the staff? There's something I need to say." Ben nodded and hurried off to gather the employees. Within minutes, the staff assembled, their faces filled with curiosity and concern. Jason stood before them, taking a deep breath. "Thank you all for coming," he began. "I know this is a surprise, but I needed to see you all. First, I want to thank you for keeping the cafe running in my absence. It means a lot to me." The staff murmured in response, some nodding in agreement. Jason continued, "I have recently discovered a betrayal that has shaken me deeply. My wife, Karen, and her lover planned to take over the cafe and my fortune, but with the help of Anna, I was able to uncover the truth and return." Gasps filled the room as the employees exchanged shocked glances. Jason held up his hand to quiet them. "I know this is a lot to take in, but I need your support now more than ever. Ben, Lisa, please step forward." Ben and Lisa exchanged surprised looks before stepping forward. Jason smiled at them. "Ben, you've been with this cafe for years, always loyal and hard-working. Lisa, you warned me about the accident, and I didn't believe you. I owe you an apology and my gratitude." Lisa's eyes welled up with tears. "Mr. Turner, I was just trying to help." "You did more than help, Lisa. You saved my life," Jason said. "I want to offer you a promotion to assistant chef. Your dedication and hard work deserve recognition." Lisa's mouth dropped open in shock. "Assistant chef? Are you serious?" "Absolutely," Jason confirmed. "And Ben, I need you to continue being the rock of this cafe. Your experience and loyalty are invaluable." Ben beamed with pride. "You can count on me, Mr. Turner." Jason nodded, feeling a sense of warmth from their support. "Thank you. And there's one more person I need to find, Tom, the homeless man who saved me from the burning car." Anna stepped forward. "I think I know where to find him. He often stays near the old warehouse on 6th Avenue. Jason turned to her, gratitude shining in his eyes. "Let's go find him." Anna and Jason left the cafe, heading towards the old warehouse district. The streets were rough, and Jason's condition made the journey difficult, but he was determined. As they approached the warehouse, they spotted a man sitting against the wall, looking tired and worn. "Tom," Jason called out. The man looked up, surprise flickering in his eyes. "Do I know you?" "It's me, Jason Turner." "You saved my life," Jason said, stepping closer. Recognition dawned on Tom's face. "I remember. You're the guy from the car accident." "Yes, and I owe you everything," Jason said. "I want to offer you a job at my cafe. You risked your life for me, and I want to repay your kindness." Tom hesitated, looking unsure. "A job?" "I don't know, man. I haven't had a real job in years." "Please," Tom, Jason urged. "You deserve a chance to rebuild your life, just like I do." Tom looked at Jason and then at Anna, who nodded encouragingly. "All right," Tom finally said. "I'll give it a try." Jason smiled, feeling a sense of relief. "Thank you, Tom. Let's go back to the cafe. There's a lot to do." As they returned to the cafe, Jason felt a sense of hope and determination. He had the support of loyal friends and a plan to rebuild what was broken. It was the beginning of a new chapter, one that promised resilience, loyalty, and redemption. With Ben, Lisa, Tom, and Anna by his side, Jason knew they could overcome any challenge that lay ahead. With his loyal team assembled, Jason Turner felt more confident than ever. But he knew that reclaiming his life and cafe was only the beginning. The betrayal by his wife Karen weighed heavily on him, and he was determined to uncover the full extent of her deceit and bring her to justice. Jason, Anna, Ben, Lisa, and Tom sat together in the cafe's office, discussing their next steps. "We need to find concrete evidence of Karen's involvement in my accident," Jason said, his voice steady despite the anger simmering beneath the surface. "We can't let her get away with this." Tom, the streetwise rescuer, leaned forward. "I have some connections that might help. There's a private investigator I know who owes me a favor. He might be able to dig up some dirt on Karen and her lover." Jason nodded, grateful for Tom's resourcefulness. "That sounds like a good start. Anna, can you stay here and keep an eye on things at the cafe?" "Of course, Jason," Anna replied, her eyes filled with determination. "I'll make sure everything runs smoothly." Lisa chimed in, "And I'll help in the kitchen. We need to keep the cafe thriving while you focus on clearing your name." With a plan in place, Jason and Tom set off to meet the private investigator. The investigator, a grizzled man named Jack, listened intently as Jason explained the situation. "So you think your wife and her lover had something to do with your accident?" Jack asked, scratching his chin. "I'm certain of it," Jason replied. "I just need proof." Jack nodded. "All right, I'll start digging. I'll need a few days, but I'll get to the bottom of this." While Jack worked on gathering evidence, Jason returned to the cafe, determined to keep his life as normal as possible. He immersed himself in the day-to-day operations, working closely with Lisa in the kitchen and overseeing Tom's transition into his new role as manager. One evening, as the cafe was winding down for the night, Jason received a call from Jack. "I've got some information for you," Jack said. "Meet me at my office." Jason felt a knot of anxiety tighten in his stomach as he drove to Jack's office. When he arrived, Jack handed him a folder filled with documents. "It's all here," Jack said. "Bank statements, phone records, even emails. Karen and her lover were planning this for months. They set up the accident and were just waiting for you to die so they could take everything." Jason's hands trembled as he looked through the evidence. It was all there, clear as day. Karen's betrayal was more calculated and sinister than he had imagined. "Thank you, Jack," Jason said, his voice heavy with emotion. "This is exactly what I needed." Armed with the evidence, Jason knew it was time to confront Karen and bring her to justice. He returned to the cafe where Anna, Ben, Lisa, and Tom were waiting anxiously. "We've got the proof," Jason announced, holding up the folder. "Karen and her lover are going down." The next step was to take the evidence to the authorities. Jason, accompanied by Anna, walked into the police station and presented the folder to Detective Moore. The detective listened carefully as Jason explained everything. "This is some serious evidence," Detective Moore said, flipping through the documents. "We'll launch an investigation immediately, but you should be prepared for a legal battle. Karen's not going to go down without a fight." Jason nodded, steeling himself for the battle ahead. "I'm ready for whatever it takes to bring her to justice." As the investigation progressed, news of Karen's betrayal and the evidence against her began to spread. The cafe staff rallied around Jason, providing him with the support and encouragement he needed. Customers, too, showed their loyalty, flocking to the cafe and expressing their support for Jason. One afternoon, as Jason was helping Lisa in the kitchen, Anna rushed in, holding her phone. "Jason, you need to see this," she said, showing him a news article. "Karen has been arrested. The police have enough evidence to charge her and her lover with conspiracy and attempted murder." Jason felt a wave of relief wash over him. "It's finally happening," he said, his voice shaking. "Justice is being served." That evening, the cafe was filled with a sense of celebration. Ben, Lisa, and Tom worked tirelessly to keep up with the influx of customers, while Anna and Jason shared a quiet moment in the office. "You did it," Jason, Anna said, squeezing his hand. "You stood up to them and came out stronger." Jason smiled, feeling a deep sense of gratitude. "I couldn't have done it without all of you. This cafe, these people, they're my family now." As the night went on, Jason felt a renewed sense of hope and determination. He had faced betrayal and emerged resilient, ready to rebuild his life and cherish the loyal friendships he had formed. The battle wasn't over, but with his newfound family by his side, Jason knew they could face any challenge that lay ahead. The weeks following Karen's arrest were a whirlwind for Jason Turner. The legal proceedings were intense, but with the overwhelming evidence gathered by Jack, the private investigator, the case against Karen and her lover was solid. The court hearings attracted a lot of attention, and Jason had to relive the pain of betrayal repeatedly. However, he found strength in the unwavering support of his new family at the cafe. One morning, Jason stood in the courtroom, watching as the judge delivered the verdict. Karen and her lover were found guilty of conspiracy and attempted murder. They were sentenced to long prison terms, and Jason felt a profound sense of relief and justice. The chapter of betrayal and deceit had come to an end. As Jason left the courthouse, he was greeted by Anna, Lisa, Ben, and Tom, who had all come to support him. "It's finally over," Jason said, a mix of exhaustion and relief in his voice. Anna hugged him tightly. "You did it, Jason. Justice is served." Back at the cafe, the atmosphere was festive. Customers and staff celebrated Jason's victory and the beginning of a new era. Jason knew that this was not just about his personal triumph, it was about the resilience and loyalty of the people who stood by him. A few days later, Jason called a meeting with his core team: Anna, Ben, Lisa, and Tom. They gathered in the cafe's office, where Jason had an important announcement to make. "I want to thank each of you for your unwavering support," Jason began. "This cafe wouldn't be standing without you. I've been thinking a lot about the future, and I've decided it's time for some changes." Ben and Lisa exchanged curious glances, while Tom leaned forward, listening intently. Anna squeezed Jason's hand, encouraging him to continue. "Ben, your dedication and hard work have kept this place running smoothly for years. I want you to take on more responsibility as the operations manager. Your experience is invaluable." Ben's eyes widened in surprise. "Operations manager? Jason, I don't know what to say. Thank you." Jason smiled. "You've earned it. And Lisa, your promotion to assistant chef is long overdue. Your talent and dedication deserve recognition." Lisa beamed with pride. "Thank you, Jason. I won't let you down." Jason turned to Tom. "Tom, your bravery saved my life. I want you to be the new manager. Your street smarts and resourcefulness are exactly what we need." Tom looked humbled. "I don't know if I'm cut out for it, but I'll give it my best shot." "You'll do great," Jason assured him. "And last but not least, Anna, your compassion and support have been my anchor. I have something important to ask you." Jason took a deep breath, his heart pounding. "Anna, will you marry me?" The room fell silent as Anna's eyes filled with tears. "Yes, Jason, yes, I will." Cheers erupted from the team as Jason slipped a ring onto Anna's finger. The cafe family had come together in the face of adversity, and now they were celebrating a future filled with hope and love. Over the next few months, the cafe thrived under the new management. Ben's meticulous attention to detail ensured smooth operations, while Lisa's culinary skills brought in new customers. Tom proved to be a natural leader, handling challenges with ease and earning the respect of the staff. Jason and Anna's wedding was a joyous occasion, attended by their close friends and the entire cafe family. The ceremony was simple but heartfelt, reflecting the journey they had been through together. As they exchanged vows, Jason felt a deep sense of gratitude for the love and loyalty that had brought him back from the brink of despair. Life at the cafe settled into a happy rhythm. Jason found himself looking forward to each day, surrounded by people who cared for him. He had learned that true wealth was not in money or property, but in the bonds of friendship and trust. One evening, as the cafe was closing, Jason sat with Anna, Ben, Lisa, and Tom, reflecting on their journey. "We've been through so much together," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "I couldn't have asked for a better family." Ben raised his coffee cup in a toast. "To resilience, loyalty, and new beginnings." Everyone echoed the toast, clinking their cups together. The past was behind them, and the future was bright. With his newfound family by his side, Jason knew that they could face whatever challenges came their way. As the night grew darker, the lights of the cafe glowed warmly, a beacon of hope and redemption. Jason looked around at the faces of his friends and felt a profound sense of peace. They had all been betrayed in some way, but together they had found resilience and redemption. The journey had made them stronger and their bonds unbreakable. And so, in the heart of New York City, amidst the hustle and bustle of the city, Jason Turner and his cafe family began a new chapter, united by loyalty and love, ready to face the future together. Did you enjoy the story? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let us know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe for more heartwarming tales, thrilling revenge stories, and gripping betrayals.